If there's one item in Chapter 5 that can help you win zero build games without needing to carry it in your inventory, it's definitely cars. In this video, I will prove to you that vehicles are not just meant to transport you, but can also assist you in winning fights and survive longer. I'll be sharing a lot of tips and provide you with my full analysis of this intense endgame. If we reach 150 likes, then I'll be gifting a 1-month membership to one of you guys. Let's go! So here I am in Reckless Railways with only 4 kills and an average loadout. The only mobility item I could find was wings. Don't get me wrong, they are pretty fun to use and a cool new item, but shockwaves are definitely way better compared to wings. The biggest issue with the wings is that you can get beamed out of the sky very easily, as if the hitbox was bigger. I also didn't find a sniper all game long, so I thought carrying the DMR would fill the gap as a hybrid weapon. At least I do have the auto frenzy shotgun, but it's only a blue one. We are stacked on heals with fizz and 3 big pots. Clearly I could use some upgrades or just better weapons overall with this current loadout. That's why I went in Reckless Railways, mostly because I wanted to loot the entire place before moving. As you can see with this video's title, using a car will be vital for this endgame, and it will be used in many different scenarios. I made my way to the Greek-themed structures at the north side of the POI, and as soon as I dropped off the vehicle, it was clear this enemy was a bot by the way he's pickaxing this wall. What a perfect opportunity to practice my DMR skills. What's quite surprising after rewatching this gameplay, I did not choose to carry this gold sniper. Maybe it's because I wanted to give the DMR a real chance, and I was currently doing good with this. After realizing the rest of the loot available at this place wasn't worth carrying, I jumped back into the car. Then I quickly noticed enemy footsteps on my screen. My first reaction was to step out of the vehicle and try to use it as cover. But because it was moving very slowly, I thought it couldn't be a real player, so I pushed. To be honest, I'm not even sure if it was a real player, but given the loot he dropped, I guess he's most likely a bot. I'm not too proud because I did lose all my overshield and around 25 shields. The good news is that we're still pretty stacked on heals. Now, as you can see with the map, we're currently close to the middle of the zone, and my initial plan was to go towards the bunker. I noticed gunshots flashing on my screen, and usually what I do is to go on high ground trying to see where these shots are coming from. There was no risk in taking a few shots here with my DMR, but since I did not practice with it a lot, my aim was way off. Also, as soon as I saw the glare of this enemy, I knew he had the sniper. And let's be realistic, I cannot really compete with him with my DMR. Then I just wanted to get away because there was still a chance this enemy pushes me. I then switched my plan and prioritized going to the island. The reason for this was to get better loot. As I am waiting for the island to spawn, I see a vehicle coming our way, and I think it's worth shooting at it. I'm trying to run towards the top of this hill because I want to hit more shots on this vehicle, and I realize he's coming straight at me. Now let's break down how this fight went. When you get very close to someone, it is vital to switch to your shotgun right away. Also, when I am near a car, I'm always expecting the enemy to hop out of it, so this is why my first move is to keep moving and I jump to make it hard for the enemy to track me down. What's surprising here is the fact I'm the first one to take damage right here. And of course, that's not how you want to start a fight. But because he wasn't moving too much, it made it easy for me to focus shooting on his head. By doing so, you significantly increase your chance of surviving. And this is exactly what happened, as you can see. Here's another pro tip. As soon as you kill a player, check your HP and shields. If you're not full at 100 on both, then it's in your best interest to hide and heal up as quickly as possible. There's not much cover where I am, but the good news is that my car is still here. And yes, I strongly suggest you use any vehicle as cover for you to heal back up. In case you were not aware, you can do this inside a car. All you need to do is to be on a passenger seat. Now you can use any healing item and even reload your weapons in safety. It will never work out if you try to do that while being in the driver's seat, so make sure to switch right away. What's even better about this strategy is that you can easily spot any third-party player coming your way. And this is exactly what happens here too, as I see the Wings logo on screen. He lands right next to my vehicle, so I'm guessing he knows exactly where I am. One mistake I did is that I wasn't even holding my shotgun. You always need to be ready if the enemy is the one pushing you. After a moment, I realized he was just going for the loot, and I guess he didn't know I was here. This is the perfect opportunity to sneakily attack him. My first attempt was with the DMR, and I landed a headshot. Notice how I crouched right away after this first hit. Not only do you want to be the first one to do damage to your opponent, but you also want to preserve your HP as much as possible. His next move is to use the wings, and from now on, there are only 2 options left. Number 1 is either trying to escape from this, or number 2 is trying to retaliate and dive down on me. Normally, the logical choice would have been to escape, but it doesn't turn out he wanted to do that. Once again, you always need to be ready and think one step ahead of your enemy. Now, because he's diving right on me, the only thing I can counter this is by hopping inside my car and take cover. Right after landing, he's quite stationary, so again, it's a perfect opportunity for me to aim at his head. 2 shots later, he's dead. I did not lose any shields or HP, so you're probably wondering why I'm hopping back into the car, right? It's always a good idea to play it safe right after you eliminate someone. Also, there are not many hiding spots for cover to use on this hill, so other players can see me from afar and push at any moment. So the exact reason why I'm sitting in the car is to look around and try to spot any player that could be coming our way. The medallions were just dropped, and you can see them very easily when they do on each player's minimap. We said earlier you can reload your weapons well inside the car, and this is exactly what I do after this fight. When I feel safe, I hop outside and check out the loot. I don't see any reason why I shouldn't pick up these medallions, and also I just got a massive upgrade for my AR. At the moment, I'm just waiting for this circle to close, and then I'll decide where to go. The next zone is revealed, and the vast majority of it is covered by the snowy mountains. It's evident that this area has a lot of elevation, and it's probably the spot on the map with the least amount of natural cover. While checking my loadout, I see that I'm not carrying any bunkers, and the best mobility I have is still the wings. So without hesitation, keeping the vehicle and using it to get to high ground is the play here. I actually always use a vehicle when the endgames are in this area, and this usually pays off. Before rotating, I realized I did not fully check the available loot around me. First, I'm replacing the fizz with a new full one. Then I noticed a purple auto frenzy, and while I was on the verge of moving, I just realized there were shockwaves lying on the ground. Even if it was 2 or 3 of these, I would have taken it. But it's actually there are usually 2 things to consider when I'm driving towards the highest point of high ground. First, I want to have my shotgun equipped because if I need to hop off to fight someone, I'm going to be more than ready. Second, if I get shot by someone to the point the vehicle might blow up, I know I have my shockwaves as my escape plan. We were lucky we didn't have to do any of this, but again, better be safe than sorry. As I reached the top of a mountain, I noticed gunshots on my screen. Let's remind you that when you are in the final 3, you always want the last 2 enemies to fight each other, and then you try to third party because the odds of the remaining player to be fully shielded and at full health can be low. The distance between me and my targets is very long. That means I will have to compensate for my aim by aiming way higher than normal. The idea here is to shoot as many bullets as you can, and you need to vary where you place your bullets. Also, make sure you check out the trajectory and see where the bullets are landing. Then you adjust your aim accordingly. I got lucky, the first bullet that hit killed an enemy for only 22 damage. Now I see the last enemy and he's sprinting from left to right on my screen. That means I will have to compensate by shooting higher, but also a lot on the right. If we pause right here, what you want to do is to aim northeast of the character, or we could say 1 or 2 o'clock. Again, my goal is to hope one of these bullets will hit, and I got 4 hit markers. While I'm reloading my weapon, I'm thinking about pushing him, but I realize that I will float and glide in the air for a very long time, so it's not worth it. I'm going to keep shooting from my position, and all I needed was 3 hit markers, and this is another victory royale. I have made several other videos just like this one where I analyze how to play as soon as you are in the top 10 remaining players. If you made it this far in the video, I'm sure that you will enjoy these. So make sure to click on the playlist you see on screen right now. See you there!